Hey everybody, welcome back to Mel's Board Game Room, where I'm showing another 3D project that I did for a board game. And this time I 3D printed an insert of sort and kind of big components for the game Cascadia. So I found this print. So far I haven't really created any print myself. It's just prints that I've come across and applied to board games. And let me show you what we did with Cascadia. So I'll put this over here. All righty. So Cascadia was, so there was the one bag. Honestly, I kind of felt like these probably could or should have been in a bag. And everything else was just kind of loose in the box. There wasn't really any insert. There was a kind of cardboard inlay. It's almost like just like so that decorated the inside, and it didn't quite fit with it on. And when I pulled it out, it ripped. So it's just a cardboard underneath. But let me show you what is all in here. So the first thing that we printed was the tiles here. The tile holder. So, because in Cascadia, you're going to have 4 different stacks, and now it just holds all of this together. And it's like exactly the size of the box. So it fits in there. They're not going to go, no matter how you store them, it's going to stay flush. And you just pull it out and you've got the tiles ready to go. The other thing that I printed as well was the card holder. So we have cards for each different animals. We have the bear here. We have the fox. We have the caribou or the elk. We have the eagle. So then the last one would be the salmon. And just wanted to show the attention to details. Like they have all the symbol kind of engraved on all the side of this card holder, and then you have the salmon kind of tucked in behind here. But then you have this, now you have your cards all ready to go. The pine cone token in the game are these ones, but we 3D printed an upgrade. So this pine cone here is actually a container. So if you open this, I'm just being a little bit careful with it because these are not the strongest. In fact, this cover is a second cover that I printed. The first one didn't fare too well. One thing I did is I tend to be, my print is done. I try to pull it off. And it just broke off like the I don't know what you wouldn't call these, but one broke off here, one broke off at the top. So these are breaking off easily, especially if they're still kind of warm. So caution, if you're going to print this, I highly recommend that you let your print bed cool all the way before you try to take these out. This one specifically just because, as I said, it's a little bit fragile. But this is the cover for the pine cone holder. And inside, we 3D printed little tiny pine cones to replace those pine cone tokens. So I have these in here. And there was also this one here. Now, in the sample that they did, they had this in green. And I don't know. I didn't want to go too. I might paint this at some point if I want to, but I prefer the neutral look, except the tree trunk. I kind of felt that needed to be brown. This one here, this actually opens to the bottom. This is just pressed in. I didn't glue it. I could glue it, but it's in there pretty solid. And I just have more pine cone in here. And these are just kind of designated little space to kind of place the pine cone so they can be sitting on here as you play to pick up as needed. This is honestly just a decorative, just to hold more pine cones. I do believe, but it kind of gives it a cool look. If you put this in the middle of the board, it's very thematic. And then I just have, the extra pieces onto the side. And this is the 3D print that I did for Cascadia. Let me go see if I have the recordings to show you the print themselves. I can't remember if I've uploaded that. Okay, so I found some of the videos and I was just gonna show you guys what they look like. So this one here is the video of all the little pine cones that got done. And you can notice like it puts a little kind of, I don't know, base, I think, to kind of help them keep solid. And you do have to remove that after the fact. Let's look at the other thing that printed. Okay, so I have the next recording set up here, and this one was the tree trunk. So it kind of creates them in two pieces because you have the lid to go with the tree. I did end up having to file down the side a tiny little bit to kind of get things to fit proper with this. I found with this print. So, but it was nothing major, so just a little bit. All right, let's go see the next one here. This one here is the card holder. It was really cool to see like the details on the side. I really like the way that that turned out. And the final video that I have for this print is the pine cone itself. So it built a little bit of the thing that needed to be cleaned up, as I said, to kind of, I ended up breaking that top that first time as well. And I had to print it twice. I did also sand this one a little bit just to make it fit a little bit, but it's you know, like it's a nice snug fit, but it does come apart pretty easy, but it stays on. So that was the 3D print for Cascadia. I like how thematic it looks, but it does, you know, still very practical, holds everything together. So stay tuned and I'll show you my next 3D print project for my board game. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye, everybody.